Hey, what up YouTube? CC back today with a tip for you guys. Call it the Ask CC series. Why not? Now, this is something which I'm not sure if people know or don't know, which is why we are going to cover it. Now, with the way the game has been playing this year, the run is seemingly overpowered, right? Now, I'm not going to teach you guys how to defend specific runs or a specific run D in this video. But what I want to show you is something that I do myself a lot to help defend the run at times. Now, normally the goal with run defense is to have your user blow up the run, right? But sometimes you don't know how to stop a run, if you're struggling how to stop a run, and you want some extra backup on your run defense. So what I'm going to show you is something about clicking off of defenders and moving defenders around pre-snap and how you can use this to your advantage. Now, do keep in mind that when you are doing this, when you click off with this method, you are going to end up on a defensive lineman. 100% you are going to end up on a defensive lineman. So I only try to do this in certain situations when either I'm pretty sure they're running, or B, on plays where I know, like specific, like against Wham, right? If you guys saw the Wham defense I posted before, a lot of times when I run that, I let the middle linebacker run in by himself, and I control a deep safety. And if I do see that it may be the run or it may not be the run, and I do some stuff like this out of tight slots to go against tight slots as well. When I click off, I know which defender I'm getting, and if it's not a run, my stick is good enough to pull back on a defensive lineman. Usually it's an end to run back in coverage, and it works okay in MUT because you've got fast players there, right? But let's go over this. Let's show you what I'm talking about. So the first thing I want to show you is, let's just go do a play type run, random run. Right? Why not? Random run sounds amazing. Now we know that a lot of cover 4, the safeties play the run better. And in cover 2, the corners play the run better. But a lot of people like to run cover 3. So I want to cover this in cover 3. And I'll show you guys how to do this. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what you have out here. So I'm going to put in cover 4 as an audible as well. So I've got cover 2, cover 3, cover 4 as my audibles for this sake, right? Now, normally, when you come out, we all want to be in a linebacker, right? And that makes sense. Here's your play art. We see that they're going to, we're just assuming they're going to run here, right? Maybe we're having trouble stopping the run. And in cover 3, what you can do is you can control, you can control anyone and do this, but I like doing it from depth, right? So maybe I've pulled my linebacker back who I'm using, or if I'm using the safety here, because I'm pretty sure it's a run. But again, if it's not a run, you're going to click off, so the computer's going to get back. You're not going to leave yourself in a hole. So what I like to do is, as soon as I see that the ball is hiked, I take one step forward with the user, and then click off with like B. You know, just click off of him. Bam. He switches. So let's see if I can show you this. It's going to be difficult. I'm trying to use 2 controllers for this. So if I do it wrong, it's not my fault. I promise it's not my fault. Right? So as they hike the ball, we click off and we see that the safety there, the safety we were on, instantly reacts to the run. Whereas normally he's probably not, right? So as we see, as soon as we click off, the safety runs down, and he's like a missile getting to the ball. Now, the rest of the computer blew it up, which is fine. Perfectly fine, right? But you can do this out of any play. Now watch, if we don't control the safety, he's running backwards. And that was a draw, so that's just, this doesn't do great against a draw, right? But again, let's watch the safety. As we see him there, he's not even going back. He's not even doing anything, right? Again, right here, let's watch the safety. If we don't control him, he's backing up. He's taking steps back. He's taking steps back. That is just hurting us. So again, if we're on him, right? If we are on him and the ball gets hiked and we run forward and click off, bam, he shoots down and we get the ability to use someone else. You can do this with anyone, right? But I like to do it when I'm in cover 3 or cover 4. It helps the safeties play a lot better. One thing in the past that competitive-ish players used to do is if you had a safety, like so if we baselined, right? If you had a safety who was deep, right? This guy right here. You would, in the past, you could put him in a spy, and then when the ball was hiked, he's going to run down. We see they run down really well like that. But that doesn't always work this year. Additionally, like I said, you could do it with a linebacker, right? So as they hike the ball, you want to be moving, click off, and then bam, he's just running forward to the ball. Now, this may not look super impressive. This may not look like, oh my God, this is the best thing in the world. But trust me, this is something that can definitely help your game. Have you ever played someone when you run the ball and you just see a safety or someone just fly in and nail you? It's probably because someone did this. Probably accidentally, right? They probably did it accidentally. But it's just the way it is. So now we're going to get into cover 2, right? So again, the same thing you could do. If you wanted to have the safety here, you can, right? So again, we're creeping up. We're ready. We're waiting for the ball. We're waiting for the ball. Ball gets hiked. And now the safety is running down to the ball. He's running down to the ball. Now let's show you the difference with this in cover 4, right? So I want to show you just basic cover 4 at this point. Here's what happens. As they're going to do this, we see that the safeties attack, but he still hesitates. He hesitates just a second. Just long enough, right? But we don't. I mean, nobody wants that. You don't want the hesitation. So again, right here, as they hike the ball, you move down, and you see our safety immediately engages. Despite all the broken tackles, you engage immediately. But you do end up on a lineman. So there is a risk to doing this. And you also essentially take your user off the field. So if maybe, hey, you know what? If you're a D-line user, this is great for you. If you're not a D-line user, you can use this situationally. I'm not a bad player. I do this. It helps me. It helps me sometimes because I think that I'm typically very, very good at run defense, but sometimes in some games, someone's got a run going and you just have trouble stopping it. Now, you can use this against any run except for draw. If you do it against draw, it doesn't work so well. But there's some popular runs out here, like stretch. Oh, stretch. Yeah, nobody likes to play against stretch, right? So again, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to be back. Hey, you could be as far back as you want. It doesn't really matter. They're going to hike the ball. We're going to move up. We're going to cut him out. And look at our safety is going to cut the run off. That's what he likes to do every time. You could use this safety if you wanted to. Doesn't matter. Again, they hike the ball. You move. You click off. And look who was there to try to make the play at least. But the safety that we clicked off on. Nobody else. Just that guy. He shoots down like a missile. And he does so much better work. Again, look. Who's the one that's there? Our safety. He's getting juked out of his shoes. He doesn't have any shoes. But that's okay. Again, look who's there. Our guy. So take this. Figure out a way to use it. What's best for you. Don't abuse something like this, because if someone sees you doing this, maybe they could take advantage of it, right? Again, I'm going to use the middle linebacker here. Again, you just run, you just click off. And oh my lord, who made the play again? The guy we clicked off on. Imagine that. Crazy how it happens. But this is, like I said, it's a tip. I think it's useful. I think it's not something a lot of people do intentionally. They may do it unintentionally. It may happen at times. But I think it's something that could actually help you a couple plays a game. And that's part of what the series is about, is to really not take your game to this Madden championship level, because that's hard. But if we can do something to help you win one extra game a weekend in Weekend League, and then you go to MaddenTurf.com, cheap plug, MaddenTurf.com, you can go pick up a full guide, and I can teach you a little more. You got a bunch of us who make the content, who lab it up, and is very, very helpful to help you guys get better. Now, a lot of people think that an ebook or a guide is the road to top 100 in Weekend League. Top 10. But it takes time and it takes work anytime you do something like that. Anytime you do something like that. So if you guys want, use promo code CHILL, 30% off at Madden Turf through Christmas. Enjoy it. I'm CC, and I'm out.